Liverpool drama is exploding right now. Klopp return rumors shut down, FSG backing Arne Slot, and pundits are calling out 5 Reds players. What's really happening at Anfield? And could missing the Champions League cost Liverpool millions? Before we dive in, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest Liverpool updates. Klopp won't be back for Liverpool as Anfield return is torched and FSG's updated Arne Slot sack stance is revealed. Sources have revealed FSG's updated stance on sacking manager Arne Slot in the wake of Tuesday's shambolic defeat to basement side Wolves, while Team Talk can exclusively reveal why the prospects of an emotional return to Merseyside for Jürgen Klopp can now be categorically ruled out. The German departed Anfield in May 2024, exiting the Merseyside Giants after an unforgettable near 9-year stint at the helm, which had seen Liverpool win 8 major honours, including the 2019 Champions League and 2020 Premier League crown. Leaving a lasting legacy on both the city and the club, Klopp will forever be remembered as one of the club's greatest ever managers, standing tall alongside the likes of Bob Paisley, Bill Shankly, and Sir Kenny Dalglish. Klopp's successor in the Anfield dugout, Slot, seemed to have cracked the code when winning the Premier League title in his first season at the helm. But after splashing out some £440 million or €505 million or $600 million on new players this summer, his second season at the helm has been nothing short of a disaster. And with the Reds scrambling to even qualify for next season's Champions League, the Dutchman has seen his job come under threat on several occasions this season. Following Tuesday's woeful 2-1 loss at Molineux, sack speculation over the Dutchman reached unprecedented new heights, and a large majority of supporters have now turned on the manager, highlighting his all-too-frequent mistakes. However, our correspondent, Graham Bailey, insists Liverpool's overlords, FSG, still want and hope Slot can succeed and have no immediate plans to pull the trigger in the wake of the defeat to the Premier League's bottom side. That said, Bailey can reveal that while the Dutchman remains under pressure, the chances of an emotional return to Anfield can be emphatically dismissed. In terms of Liverpool, he loves the club and city, but he won't be back, Bailey exclusively told Team Talk. He has done his Premier League thing, and there is no appetite on his side. Likewise, Liverpool don't seem ready to reopen that chapter. On Slot's future, Bailey added, Arne Slot is feeling the pressure. He knows he needs Champions League football, but Liverpool don't want to sack him. Whether they have little choice but to do so is another matter. Despite that, Bailey is adamant that Klopp will soon be back in frontline management, and a move to arguably the biggest club in world football is more than a growing possibility. Klopp to greenlight stunning Real Madrid move. Sources. Indeed, in recent days, speculation over a move to Real Madrid for Klopp has been gathering pace, particularly amid mounting reports that the German was increasingly likely to walk away from his current role as Red Bull's global head of soccer. Now, Bailey has joined Sky Sports reporter Sacha Tavolieri in confirming that a move to the Bernabeu looks to be on for the 58-year-old. My belief from talking to people who know Klopp well is that he will be back in management, and maybe as soon as this summer, Bailey explained. As we have reported, he is very much at the top of Real Madrid's list, and I am told they are set to move on from Arbeloa. Klopp is open to Madrid. More than that, he is keen. He likes the squad, but also knows he can make his own mark. And his comments reflect those shared by Tavolieri, who also reports that Klopp to Real could soon be a marriage made in heaven. Tavolieri explained, Jürgen Klopp's future could be written sooner than expected, away from the office and back on the sidelines. Just a few months after joining Red Bull GmbH, the former Liverpool FC manager is already feeling the urge to coach on a daily basis. His current role, more strategic than sporting, has distanced him from the locker room, pre-match talks, and the emotional intensity that shaped his career. Klopp now occupies a general supervisory position, far removed from the direct management of a professional squad. Internally, some decisions made in recent months have reportedly not yielded the desired results. While not a major failure, the current dynamic is said to be less than satisfactory, and the sporting structure may need to evolve before next season. In this context, Klopp's departure is no longer a marginal possibility. After declaring Klopp's return looks inevitable and confirming Real Madrid are waiting in ambush, the reporter added, One club continues to monitor the situation closely: Real Madrid, CF. For several years, the Madrid management has appreciated his profile, his charisma, and his ability to launch winning cycles. For now, no formal contact has been established. But Real Madrid has never completely abandoned the idea of one day having the German on its bench. And should he return to a club, Madrid would currently be the only destination capable of truly enticing him. Liverpool latest: links to Newcastle star extinguished. Huge £113 million Salah hit. On the subject of Slot's potential replacement, we have ranked 9 potential Liverpool successors by order of how suitable we think they are for the Anfield hot seat. Meanwhile, Newcastle United have poured cold water on mounting speculation linking an elite Newcastle defender with a sensational Premier League switch to Liverpool, with sources insisting their star is categorically not for sale. Elsewhere, RB Leipzig have reportedly come to a decision over the sale of Jan Diomande in light of claims that the Reds are ready to lodge a record-breaking offer. His exit could open the door for Mo Salah to leave Anfield this summer, and, amid a growing belief a departure is on the cards, Bailey has revealed the stunning £113 million hit Liverpool will likely need to take on the Egyptianas. The Saudi Pro League prepares to make a formal bid. In other news, with Liverpool joining Manchester City and Paris Saint-Germain in all making recent checks on Michael Owen's situation at Bayern Munich, Team Talk can exclusively confirm the former Crystal Palace star has an alternative next destination in mind. In another news, Liverpool warned of huge cost of missing out on Champions League qualification. Missing out on a Champions League place could carry major consequences for Liverpool, as the Reds are warned over the potential long-term impacts of a poor season. Liverpool has been warned it could face significant financial and competitive repercussions if it misses out on Champions League qualification this season. Defeat to Wolves at the Molineux left the Reds sitting 5th in the table, a position that is widely expected to be enough for Champions League qualification. However, the margin for error remains slim. The Reds hold just a 3-point advantage over Chelsea, who plays its game in hand against 4th-placed Aston Villa on Wednesday, further tightening the race. Either we get it and we deserve it, or we don't get it and we don't deserve it, said Virgil van Dijk. If you play for Liverpool, it's always been like this. It's down to us, together with our fans, to get the results we need to get into the Champions League. The Reds captain also spoke about the angry reaction of head coach Arne Slot after the defeat. Beyond the sporting ramifications, the financial stakes are substantial for Liverpool. Missing out on Champions League qualification could cost the club a significant sum of money, according to football finance expert Kieran Maguire, although he noted the club is relatively well positioned to absorb such a setback due to its prudent management. UEFA's financial report shows that Slot's side earned €98.1 million or £85.3 million or $114 million in distribution payments for reaching the last 16 of the Champions League in 2024-25. By contrast, during the 2023-24 Europa League campaign, Liverpool received just €26.8 million or £23.3 million or $31.1 million for making the quarter-finals, a stark illustration of the revenue gap between competitions. Even winning Europe's secondary tournaments does not fully close that divide. Tottenham collected €41.4 million, £36 million or $48.1 million for lifting the Europa League last season, while Chelsea were paid €21.8 million or £20 million or $26.7 million after triumphing in the Conference League. It also has an impact upon matchday receipts, Maguire told BBC Sport. It has an effect on the broadcasting money. It will mean lower commercial revenues, because there will be bonuses embedded in contracts with senior sponsors. Maguire believes Liverpool failing to qualify for Europe's top competition could cost the Reds £120 million or $160 million, but it may not be detrimental to the club. Liverpool spent more than £400 million or $534.5 million last summer, recruiting high-profile additions including Florian Wirtz and Alexander Isak in what marked the largest single-window outlay in football history. The club recently reported record revenues of £703 million or $939 million for the financial year ending May 2025, posting a modest £8 million or $10.7 million profit despite the heavy investment. Notably, even after that spending surge, Liverpool rank only 8th in net transfer spend across the past 5 years, underlining a longer-term strategy of relative restraint. Liverpool.com says, failing to qualify for the Champions League would be a major setback for Liverpool and put extra pressure on Slot to deliver strong domestic results next season. Beyond the financial implications, it would also signal that inconsistency on the pitch cannot be masked by record-breaking summer signings. In another news, Danny Murphy identifies 5 Liverpool players who have let down Arne Slot. Former Liverpool midfielder Danny Murphy says 3 of Arne Slot's men have let down their head coach this season. With the Reds struggling for consistent form, Danny Murphy has sensationally claimed that 5 Liverpool players have let down Arne Slot this season, with the Reds struggling to find consistent form over the last few months. After a summer of upheaval in which Liverpool spent around $600 million but recouped half of that sum through some major player sales, Slot's side is playing catch-up in the race to qualify for the Champions League spots. And, according to Murphy, there are 5 players who haven't been up to standard throughout the campaign to date, meaning the issues that Slot is facing with Liverpool are not all down to the Dutch head coach. "I don't just blame Slot," Murphy said on TalkSport. "Some of those players have let him down. They haven't got the character to play for Liverpool. Hugo Ekitike can keep his head high, and Florian Wirtz has had a good few months, but Jeremy Frimpong and Milos Kerkez have struggled and aren't up to the level. Alexander Isak, when he played, looked so far off it, whether that was fitness or mentality. There are big problems in the full-back areas. Frimpong isn't as good as Trent. Kerkez can't do what Robertson did. I know Mohamed Salah scored last night, but his all-round game is struggling. Cody Gakpo has fallen off a cliff in comparison to his form last season. The creativity and firepower just isn't there." Liverpool lost 2-1 to Wolves at Molineux and conceded a stoppage-time winner once again, the 5th time in the Premier League so far this season. With limited other options to come into the starting 11th, though, Slot didn't have much choice with the side he selected. Salah and Gakpo did not impress, but there are few other attackers to bring in. Rio Ngumoha did well to an extent off the bench, but he is only 17 and cannot be the solution for every game. Federico Chiesa, meanwhile, has only ever really been a substitute option rather than a starter. Liverpool plays Wolves again next, this time in the FA Cup. Ngumoha and Chiesa could come into the team for that game, with the Reds looking to book a place in the quarterfinals. Liverpool.com says, really, the biggest underperformance from Liverpool players this season has tended to be the ones who were there last season. Ryan Gravenberch and Alexis McAllister, for instance, haven't hit the same heights. In the main, the likes of Ekitike, Wirtz, and other new additions have shown that the future can be bright. There just needs to be more of them to ensure there is sufficient squad depth. In another news, Ryan Reynolds' cheeky jab at Liverpool and Mohamed Salah offer as Wrexham fixture set. Liverpool will face Wrexham in the US this summer as part of its preseason tour, with Ryan Reynolds previously having joked about signing Mohamed Salah from the Reds. Liverpool will take on Championship promotion chasers Wrexham in the US this summer as part of its summer tour that will help Arne Slot's side prepare for the new season. The Welsh club, owned by Ryan Reynolds and Rob Mack, has risen to prominence since it was taken over by the famous duo, with the documentary providing it with a new audience stateside, which Liverpool will be able to capitalize on. Wrexham is looking to earn promotion into the English top flight, having only moved out of League One last season. And when it was in the 3rd tier, Reynolds made a cheeky play for Liverpool forward Mohamed Salah. At the time, Salah was entering the final year of his Liverpool contract. Linked with a move to the Saudi Pro League, the Egyptian eventually signed a 2-year extension at Anfield. During a promotional tour Deadpool and Wolverine film, Reynolds and his co-star Hugh Jackman were asked which Premier League player they would like to be. Jackman said he admired Salah's professionalism, and Reynolds added, "Mo, you would be warmly embraced at the racecourse ground in North Wales." Around 3 years ago, Reynolds and Mack joked about the relative sizes of Wrexham and Liverpool, comically suggesting that the Welsh team was the bigger soccer club. "Well, this is a special game. This is a big club against a very small club," they were overheard saying as a game of the computer game FIFA took place. A giant club, massive, against an improvisational version of a football club. Of course, we're talking about Liverpool. Tiny club, Liverpool, tiny club, tiny town. In recent summers, Wrexham has taken on Manchester United and Chelsea in the US. As it could be a Premier League side by the time it plays Liverpool, though, this is likely to be the biggest fixture it has played yet. Wrexham currently sits 6th in the Championship and could be promoted to the Premier League this season, most likely via the playoffs. It is 9 points off the automatic promotion places as things stand. It is believed that there are more than 26 million Liverpool supporters who live in the US. The Reds were the most watched Premier League club in the country last season. In another news, Liverpool's summer signing has still not won over Michael Owen after bag of nerves verdict. One Liverpool summer signing has still not won over Michael Owen after his verdict that he looked a bag of nerves against Wolves in the Premier League on Tuesday. Michael Owen says he remains unconvinced about Milos Kerkez after his $54 million or £40 million move to Liverpool from Bournemouth last summer. Kerkez has been a relatively strong performer in recent weeks, settling in after making the switch to Anfield. But with the Reds having dropped more points this week, this time laid on at Wolves, the showings of several players have come under scrutiny again. Mohamed Salah and Cody Gakpo have come under fire the most, with captain Virgil van Dijk not strong enough for one of the Wolves' goals, but Owen chose to pick out Kerkez in particular. "I'm just not convinced about one or two of the players," Owen said. "Fullbacks, you've gone from Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson, possibly the best combination of fullbacks the Premier League has seen for a long, long time. But I can't warm to Kerkez, I'm afraid. He looks like a bag of nerves. He looks like he doesn't want the ball. He looks like he's an emotional defender. He's playing like this all the time." Kerkez and Jeremy Frimpong attempted to offer some width as Liverpool tried to create against Wolves, but the Reds were unable to find a way through and paid the price on the counter-attack. "Well done by Wolves," Slot said on Liverpool being unable to break down the deep-lying defensive block. "They made it really hard for us compact, and in the first half I think, and it is also what I showed them at halftime and told them, that it was possible to play a bit faster from side to side. And if you play a bit faster than the few times that we did in the first half, our wingers at least have some time to take their fullback on. I think that happened in the second half better than in the first half. That's why we also came closer and closer. We had more crosses or penetrated more in the box than we did in the first half. But then it's also finishing off those moments and picking the right player in front of goal when you arrive. So, slow or predictable are words that I can understand, Virgil van Dijk uses. But if you want to go faster, you have to be able to dominate situations on the sides because then something can happen. We struggled to dominate on the sides today. Liverpool.com says, Kerkez has looked good in recent games and certainly hasn't been a major problem. In time, he will continue to improve, but Liverpool is lacking depth and quality in other areas. In another news, new date for first Liverpool game at New Everton Stadium confirmed as 2 more fixtures moved. Liverpool has an updated schedule for the games that follow the March international break, with a new date for its first trip to the Hill Dickinson Stadium now confirmed. 2 more Liverpool fixtures have been moved for television, including the first Merseyside derby to take place at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Liverpool will now host Fulham at Anfield on Saturday, April 12th at 5:30 p.m. UK time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Its game away at Everton is now set to be held on Sunday, April 19th at 2 p.m. UK time, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Those are the first 2 Premier League matches to take place after the March international break. The first weekend of April has been reserved for the quarter-finals of the FA Cup, which will be over the Easter weekend. After Liverpool missed the chance to gain on the teams around it in the Champions League race by losing 2-1 to Wolves, Arne Slot was left frustrated with his team. Virgil van Dijk revealed that the Reds boss was angry with his players after they lost a 5th game of the season by conceding in stoppage time, with Andre's deflected effort beating Alisson Becker. "Same old story," Slot said. "Recently, we are picking up points because many times we've scored from set pieces. But what did not change in the last 5, 6, or 7 games is that we struggle and find it very hard to score from the open play chances that we do create. Not as many as I would like from all the ball possession we have, but enough and far more than the other team. But end result, we score 1 and they score 2. and indeed another time in extra time, so it sums up our season again in this game as well. What I mean with it sums up the season is that we've had far more ball possession than the other team. We've created more open play and in general chances than the other team, but from open play we struggle to score. Recently, we've scored a lot from set pieces. Today again, we had a lot of set pieces. First half, they were very poorly taken, a bit similar to how we played. I don't think we played a very good first half. The second half was better, still not great, but better. We created more, and in extra time, or just before extra time, I think we were twice very close from chances to score the 2-1. Mo was dribbling and had on the left and the right two players open, but the ball was intercepted by the defender and the Virgil header. Those are chances, and the one we concede is not even a chance, and that is what has happened so many times to us this season. That it happens in extra time might be a coincidence maybe, although it happened so many times, but we hardly gave away a chance today. We gave away one chance, but conceded two. That's the latest Liverpool news and drama from Anfield. What do you think? Should fans still trust Arne Slot, or is change needed? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Liverpool updates every day. See you in the next video.